Alright, another update. Got the oil cooler out of the engine, and didn't go too bad. Got the turbo off, went in and took the right hand up pipe off to examine it, make sure it wasn't leaking. Appears like some exhaust on the back of the firewall, probably from the previous job. And there's where the turbo pedestal sits, and it hangs out over the oil cooler, so you gotta take it off so you get the oil cooler out. And you can leave the intake on if you're careful. You kind of snake it right out of there. The key is you gotta separate the oil cooler in the vehicle. So you take the oil filter base off of the oil cooler in the vehicle, and then you can get this. This will slide right out. And first thing I gotta do before I put this in is to prime it. These are the coolant passages, and these are the oil passages. So I like to prime them just so the engine doesn't get such a dry start. And this is the turbo assembly over here. Normally I just take these off by hand, but this one's really stuck on the dowel pins. So I use the engine hoist to get it out. Not too bad. This is the old oil cooler over here. It's kind of pretty stopped up. And that's the oil filter base bolts to the top of the cooler. These diesel exhaust fluid jugs, these 2.5 gallon jugs, they have all kinds of useful purposes after they're empty. And one of them is making trays to hold bolts and things like that. So I'm going to put the oil cooler back in and turbo back on, and then the next step will be to tackle this manifold. Since I'm already right here, I'm going to go ahead and pull this alternator bracket off to get that right out of the way where I can get to the front of the manifold and the engine mount, because I'm definitely going to have to jack the engine up due to the way the bolts broke off in the manifold. It's going to be difficult to get out of there. So we'll see how it goes.